going on, guys? Matty C here. Got my good friend Eric Webster here. It's been a while.
Oh man.
It's always I feel like we say that every time.
Yeah, every time we start recording, I feel like it's always.
It's always,
we've been-
it's been a while.
And this time we're back with video.
We're back with video.
because
Yeah.
I figured out what was wrong and I rigged it up.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So you got a cord now. So
I got two cords.
two cords.
Two cords.
Because two is better than one.
Exactly.
One didn't do it for us, so we got another one.
Nope. One did not do it for us.
Anyway, I would say a lot's happened and a lot hasn't happened.
A lot has happened a little bit,
But
though.
a
There's
lot
been a
has
lot of
happened.
games.
You know what? First of all, you guys should go check out For the Chivo.
Yes.
As of filming this 2 Saturdays ago, we had our Halo 2 tournament locally here in Sandusky at the Hero Zone, and it was awesome.
It was.
Obviously,
it was
it's
really fun.
it's a lot of hard work, but we had a really good turnout. Had to kind of change up rosters and whatnot a little bit, but it was awesome. You know, bringing back Halo 2, and you know what's funny is playing it. I'm like, man, I remember this game being a lot more fun because
Yeah,
it's like
same here.
it was hard.
Yeah.
Going back to original Xboxes,
And like,
original
I'm like,
controllers.
I can't aim with this controller. I'm like, and it feels like it's just too loose.
Yeah, it was
Like, it was like the aiming was too loose. Maybe
was
it could have been
weird.
the aftermarket controllers, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
No.
I'm pretty sure it was just. I don't remember the game being that loose.
right. It was like, oh my gosh.
And
it
then
was
the fact that it's
challenging.
like you turn up the sensitivity, but then it seemed like it stayed the same. Like it was just like
yeah, and I'm just wondering if that had anything to do with us playing on flat panel TVs.
that's true too. I don't think it would though. I don't remember
I don't
that.
think it
Like
would.
I used to play on a flat panel TV before with.
Yeah, I don't think it would have made a difference, but
Man, it was fun to go back and see all the maps.
it
again.
yeah, it was still definitely a ton of fun.
Eric ate a sock.
Eric ate a sock.
That video's somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure Jeff is working on all this footage and everything, and because there's a lot.
There's still footage back from our Little Big
Comic-Con.
Planet
Oh, Little Big Planet. Yeah,
where I went crazy.
yeah,
I went crazy.
that should be fun.
I kind of had a
Um,
mental breakdown. during
Yes, yes. I learned what happens when you give Eric caffeine.
that was not a lot of caffeine.
Yeah, that wasn't a lot of caffeine though.
That was more tired
That was
and
like,
then like frustrated at the game, and then it just went crazy.
you know, it's like I want to like that game, but I just get so frustrated playing it.
That's how I felt when I was playing Katamari. I was like, this game was so fun to me before I started streaming this.
I know, because it's like you try and when we stream, it's like you try and not make it a chore. You try and just play the game.
Yeah.
And then you're like, man, I want to be done with this game.
It's like, is this over yet? And then it's just like, we played Katamari and it just abruptly ended. We're like, did we beat it? Oh, we beat it. Okay.
All right. Yeah, okay. So anyway, yeah. Go check out For the Chivo. We'll be rolling out footage for the tournament here sometime in the future. So yeah, I've been working my butt off, and I haven't had a whole lot of time to play games, but I'm squeezing in everything I can. I'm unfortunately picking and choosing games. I just had to skip Ghost Recon. I would love to check it out though.
Little plug here. You can go check out our YouTube channel. We have a Let's Play
Yes.
live stream of when it first came out. Me and my friend Nick from PlayStation. We played a good chunk of that game early on. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
A lot of shenanigans.
It definitely looks like a ton of fun. The world looks huge. Where is it?
It's
Bolivia?
Bolivia. It's huge. Like, there's still parts of the map that I'm still trying to find.
Yeah. So that being said, I did get Horizon. I'm like, that was a game that I just had to get. I had to get Horizon. So I would like to talk a little bit about Horizon. I didn't beat it yet, obviously. I'm maybe like just over a quarter of the way, maybe just under halfway. I don't know. Probably not. But I feel like there's a lot of hidden trophies still to
Oh,
unlock.
yes.
So I feel like I've still got some more to go. Well, I did get one hidden trophy that was like kill like all 10 of the like scavenger type robots or whatever. So they're not all story based hidden
No,
trophies.
no.
Anyway, the game is freaking good.
It's really really good.
That game is, first of all, it's probably, I want to say it's the best looking
It's the
game
best
I've
looking
ever
game
played.
on the PlayStation.
Yeah, it's the best looking game on the PlayStation. I don't have a Pro, and I'm like,
That's why I'm saying it. I have a Pro.
Yeah.
It's the best looking PlayStation 4 game out.
yeah, it's incredible. The world map is, so far, is huge.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing. It's not. It's big, but it's not too cumbersome. Where it's like,
Right.
oh man, this is overwhelming. It's
There are boundaries.
yes, and it's like kind of real reasonable boundaries, but not really since I've been playing another game that I'll talk about in a future show. But yeah, the game's huge. The environment just is phenomenal. Back to the part of the game being good looking. It's like it's been a long time in a game that I wanted to just stop and look around and slow pan the camera like E3
Right.
style
Right.
and just be like, man. And then it's another game that I've never really been into photo mode.
Yeah.
And I've been digging photo mode in that game.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. So yeah, first off, the visuals are fantastic. Lighting is beautiful. Lush environments in a post-apocalyptic Colorado is where they're
Yep.
at. I learned that through one of the documents or text codings you can find. So yeah, the game is beautiful. They've done it very well. Combat is very fluid. Combat's a lot of fun, and I like how it's like they went back to like a Viking age. It's bows and slingshots, and I really like how you can set traps. The
Yes.
traps are really cool. Which brings me to my next point, the difficulty. I'm playing it on normal, and I'm very surprised at how hard the game actually is. At first, you're like, yeah, this is, this is okay. And then I ran into sawtooths and firebacks.
When you first run into that first sawtooth, you're like, oh crap.
Oh, they're big. They're really big.
It's like, I can't just do what I've been doing. I got to switch things up.
Yeah,
And I got to really think about how to take this thing down.
yeah,
And not to mention when you have two different like sawtooths next to each other, you want to try to separate them. You
Yeah.
don't want to try to take them all at once
Yeah.
unless you're super powerful
Yeah.
towards the end. But even there, like, you'll still die.
right. So, with the combat, fighting these machines, you have to learn how to fight everything. So what you can do is you have your little scanner that you find as a kid, and when you scan enemies, they actually highlight components that you can shoot off or get off of their bodies to like weaken them more. Some of them are kind of oddly placed, like for the sawtooths, they're like under them.
Mm-hmm.
So
So it makes
like,
you like,
you have to get a well-placed shot because you can kind of like, when you zoom in, you can focus. So like sometimes I'll wait for them to like leap at me, and then I'll shoot them when they're like that leaping at me. But then even then it takes a couple shots. You have to find weaknesses. So
Yeah.
their canisters that fall off explode.
yeah.
So you can shoot
Like,
them with fire arrows.
Yeah, and there's like specific parts of like their bodies that you can shoot with certain types of like arrows and
Yeah.
whatnot, and it's really freaking sweet.
Yeah,
and,
like everything is weak to something.
because you have the Batman detective thing, the
Yeah.
focus, and then like
It's really nice. It's that
that thing
that
comes in handy.
that
so
tool is your best
much.
friend in
Yes.
this game.
It's like you come up against a new enemy you haven't seen. Immediately, the first thing you do, bam, focus.
Yeah.
See exactly what parts you can shoot off, what parts explode, what's the weakness of this part, and it's like, oh man.
Like when I ran into the snap maws.
Oh,
So they're giant alligators, and I just saw one at a distance. I was like, what is that?
I saw one, and like the first one I think was like a lot of levels ahead of me, and I'm like, I don't really want to fight this. I'm gonna just stay away from it.
The enemy so far where I'm at, the enemy that freaked me out the most was the firebacks. I was like, what is that? It's a giant mosquito anteater robot.
Without really even spoiling anything, because you're probably expecting this anyway, there's way worse.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's way
I've
worse.
only discovered.
If you think that
about
that's
half
the
of
worst
them.
one, yeah. If you think that's the worst one, I can't wait till you see the rest.
I've only discovered about half of
Some
the
of 'em, like,
machines.
There's some machines that I haven't even killed. I just ran away from.
I've been in situations where I ran a
I'm
few
like,
times.
nope, not doing it.
Just before I got over here, I ran into a stalker
Oh, those
in
things are
a
fun.
side quest. That was cool.
Yeah.
They're essentially velociraptors.
Yep.
So that was cool.
Those
Can
things
you-
follow you for a while too when you're running away from them,
As if velociraptors weren't bad enough.
right?
If they were robots, now they cloak.
Now they cloak, and it's like, oh, that's cool.
But he was laying. I died the first time I started fighting because I'm like, he's freaking shooting landmines at me.
Hmm?
So that was crazy. So yeah, combat's good. Combat's great. I've always had a soft spot for bow combat in games.
Oh, same here.
Love
Well,
bow combat.
That and then you coming off of Tomb Raider, and then me kind of coming off of Tomb Raider from
Yeah,
replaying it again.
Yeah,
I'm like,
oh,
this is
bow
good.
combat.
like this is good.
So yeah, that's a ton of fun. What else? Oh, so RPG elements. You know, every game's got to have it these days, which is fine.
This is very light on the RPG, but
It's very, very light on the RPG.
But it's still good.
The game has a complexity to it, yet simplicity.
Mhm.
That's what I really like about it. Like, the skill tree isn't huge. I feel like if you get to level 50, I feel like you would have almost all the skills by level, like, 31, 32,
Yeah.
maybe. So, it doesn't go too far in depth, but it gives you enough. And doesn't overcomplicate things. But then again, with the combat, when you level up, you're like, man, now I feel like I'm
But-
going to need either this or this.
But then with the RPG aspect too, then you're like scavenging for like equipment and stuff like that. The
Right.
crafting.
Right, crafting.
Oh man.
You can craft bigger, ammo satchels, bigger potion satchels.
You really have to go hunting in this game.
Right, yeah, hunting is essential in this game.
Yep.
Which is why I pretty much almost everything I run across, I try and fight and kill, so I can scrap them.
Even little foxes, stuff like that. You got.
Oh, especially them, because you need
Yeah.
like boar skin and fox skin
And
and
then
rabbit
the
skin
bones
pelts
and stuff like that,
and
too.
bones and meat for your pelts.
Yep.
And like that's essential. I need
Oh
ammo.
yes. Yeah, there was a time where I'm like, okay, I need to stop because I have not a lot of ammo here.
Yeah. I do kind of feel like, at least for crafting arrows, you get so much wood in the game. You kind of you only need 2 pieces to craft arrows, so it's not too bad, but still,
Yeah.
in dire situations, you keep crafting.
Like I never felt. There's been times where I've come close to coming like out without wood, and that was because I was just going back to back doing missions, and I'm like, I need to gather things.
Yeah. Now, the final topic that we need to talk about, which is probably my favorite aspect, the story. I will start by saying that one of my favorite things that a developer can do is wrap the story in mystery. And when you have a sense of discovery in a game, that's what I like the most.
And that's the thing. That entire game was discovering things,
Yeah.
which, man, dude, this week has been an emotional roller coaster with games because it's like, okay, without going into too much detail, you had Horizon, okay? Discovery, just crazy, okay? I marathon through that. I actually did complete the main quest line, so I beat the story, but I still have a lot of stuff to do in that game. You have that. The discovery was amazing. Then Zelda, and I just
wanna
checked
switch.
today. I literally checked today. 30 plus hours in that game already, and I've done 5 main quests, if that.
I believe
Most of it has been just going around doing shrines, just looking at stuff.
Yeah,
I'll
I
talk more
believe
about
it.
that
I'm
on the
just,
Killer Fox show. So.
I'm gonna end up getting
But
it on Wii U.
the story is just back to the actual topic on hand. I just wanted to say that just because it's just been like crazy for me. The story is just amazing in Horizon. One of the best in terms of just like, man, I was really curious to see what was going to happen. Like, how did they get this way? That entire time, I'm like, how did this happen?
Yeah, that's the question.
And like, I'm like,
That's
why
the
do they hate
main.
technology?
That's the main theme of this game. How did this happen?
Yeah, and it's like, why do they hate technology so much? Like, why do the old people hate it so much? And what happened to our civilization in this game?
Right.
And it's just, without going into too much detail, because I know Matt hasn't beat the game yet. It just, it gives you enough, but makes you want more at the end.
Okay.
Just like any other game, but then
That's
this is
fair.
definitely going to be a series, which I'm
Okay.
happy for.
Okay. Yeah, but so much discovery in the game. There's all the secrets you can find. Which my favorites are the vantage points.
Oh yes.
Because what you do is you'll get to a vantage point and it's like a really high up place out in the open, and you basically turn on your scanner and it will just unravel like one little piece when you're looking at a building or something, and it'll make you look into the past of like what it was. So it's like I'm at a vantage point on top of a skyscraper kind of, and you're like your vantage point is like Colorado, like downtown Colorado, like wherever they're at,
Mhm.
and it's a guy talking about whatever. So you find text, you find codecs and like emails and holograms.
The holograms are pretty cool.
I haven't found a hologram yet, just that one when you were a kid. That's the only one I found so far. So yeah, gosh, I can't wait to beat it.
It is really good. I don't regret how much time in a row that I spent playing that game to beat the main quest because it was super addicting, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
I will say this though, if you would have asked me, because this is going to be a spoiler for the Killer Fox show, if you would have asked me before I got my Switch, that would have been my game of the year. That was probably going to be my game of the year. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's only March, so.
I don't see any
No.
games topping some of the games that I play.
You don't see anything topping Zelda, just say it.
Yes.
Isn't Zelda just great?
It's really great.
Isn't Zelda just phenomenal?
I just really want to keep playing
Like,
Zelda.
you understand
honestly.
these reviews now.
Yeah, I
It's
really do.
phenomenal.
And then that's the thing. I'll wait for our Killer
Yeah,
Fox show
just
because
say.
I'm going to be talking about the Switch and Zelda, and this is probably going to be out of order because, yeah. So I'll wait.
Yeah. So, yeah, can't wait to beat Horizon. Do you wanna?
Give a
wanna s-
number.
I guess I can rate it like
I was
now.
gonna say, I'm like, I would give it. Back to the mic. I'd probably give it a 9.5.
That's fair. Yeah,
Like,
9.5.
It's a phenomenal game. I've had issues. Okay, let's get this out of the way because we said all good things.
Right.
I do want to get some of the stuff that I had weird stuff about because I kind of forgot about this because I did write some of this down because I want to start doing formal reviews.
Yes.
But that's for another time. So the parkour in the game, I didn't like it
It's
because it's like I would think that some things that I can climb, but
it's
I
kind
couldn't.
of clunky.
Yeah. There was some things that I thought I could climb, and then it's like I'm just jumping, and I'm like,
I actually thought there was something I could jump to, and I fell off a ledge and died. And I was like, this is stupid.
and that was my only really complaint per se, other than alloy.
Alloy.
Aloy.
Aloy.
Aloy. Yes, Aloy. Initially, rubbed me the wrong way. She was kind of annoying for a second. Because it's like, there's greater stuff going on, lady.
Yeah.
You're kind of getting into greater things, but you're still worrying about your parents. But it is understandable. Understandable. That was a little thing.
Yeah.
That doesn't knock 5 points, but I'm just saying, like, but the most thing that I had an issue with was the parkour system. Sometimes it worked flawlessly when you knew where you were going.
Yeah, other times it
And
didn't
other
work at
times
all.
where, like, there was a mission where I was down in a pit that I jumped down into, and I couldn't find my way out. I'm like, oh, I could jump on this and then jump on that, thinking, you know, Assassin's Creed or any other game nowadays, you can kind of climb things.
Yeah.
Nope, couldn't grab the ledge. I'm like, okay, where does it want me to get out of here? And then that was the only time it kind of broke the immersion, because that's the thing that kind of put a to me is like, I was clicking with that game, clicking, and then parkour issues, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is still a video game.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, the game's phenomenal. Yeah, I'd give it a 9.5 just because, I mean, it's one of the best games I played this year. It actually made my one friend, Eleni, she was watching me play it during the launch, ended up getting a PlayStation. She got a PlayStation Sunday and got Horizon and Uncharted 4
Oh, good.
because she got the PlayStation Slim bundle with Uncharted.
Yeah, so did my girlfriend.
Really? She was super excited.
So, yeah, we actually went to go trade in our 360s. I didn't get rid of my games, just a 360. And I was surprised how much we got. We got like $130 for controllers
bad.
and the systems. So she ended up getting the Slim model that came with Uncharted 4.
Yeah. And this I was trying to tell her too about Uncharted. I'm like, now look, you should probably play the originals, but Uncharted 4 does a good job of like letting people fresh come in.
Yeah.
I'm like, the only weird thing you're gonna have is the attic, because that's more for fan service. I'm like, you're probably gonna be like, what are these little trinkets? I don't care.
Yeah.
But we cared.
We cared.
We cared
a lot.
It was very sad. But yeah, she got a PlayStation. She loves Horizon. That's a sign of a good game right there. Somebody singing and me like, man, this game is beautiful. I want a PlayStation now.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was gonna get an Xbox.
Oh.
I was telling her for the longest time, I'm like, no, get a PlayStation instead. But I never had the smoking gun, which was Horizon. As soon as I showed her Horizon, she's like, PlayStation.
All right. Let's go.
So, yes.
Going to GameStop. I'll be back.
No, she got it on Amazon
Oh, she
for
got it on Amazon.
$250.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, yeah. 9.5 for Horizon, I would say.
I'd say 9.5. The only other thing that I like may have wanted to see in the game would be like better crafting.
Yeah.
More in-depth crafting, just because
Which-
I'm a sucker for crafting things.
And then that's the thing, the fact that it's a new IP, and it did so well.
It did very well.
So I really hope other developers kind of realize that and be like,
Yeah.
we don't want more of the same. We want new things, and that was a new thing.
I don't know why Microsoft doesn't get this. Like, people want new things.
Oh, we're going to be talking about stuff like that, so.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, that, I guess, has kind of wrapped up, really.
Yeah.
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 All right. Well, that has been the Matty C Show, the review discussion of Horizon Zero Dawn. Sorry, guys, for not doing a really quick review. I wanted to. Other things happened, meaning other games happened. It's kind of hard.
We're going to work on it.
We're working on it.
swear.
I'm trying to, like, I'll talk about this in the next topic. Sorry, guys. Well, topic you probably already watched by then. Make sure to subscribe below. Check out For the Chivo. We do some cool things. Matty C is doing a stream through of Little Big Planet. If you didn't catch that when I talked about my craziness,
Bears.
Bears. We'll just leave it at that. Bears lives matter. Until next time, you guys have a great one.
Peace.